Japanese minimalism and Scandinavian design are often compared, and at first glance, they seem to belong to the same category. But the moment you step into each space, the atmosphere shifts. One feels quiet and meditative, the other warm and inviting. Today, let's uncover what creates that difference. Japanese minimalism comes from a long tradition of finding clarity in emptiness. Rooted in traditional aesthetics and shaped by Zen thought, it goes beyond decluttering. It encourages a way of living built on mindfulness, tranquility, and a quiet appreciation for the natural world. It is the belief that beauty can be gentle, subtle, and simple. Homes are arranged to let the room breathe, allowing empty areas to become part of the design. Natural materials, simple lines, and a sense of restraint help the space feel grounded and uncluttered. Rather than filling a room, Japanese design focuses on clarity, balance, and the quiet presence of nature. The result is a space that feels calm, thoughtful, and almost meditative. It creates a sense of inward focus, as if the room is encouraging you to slow down and be present. Scandinavian design grew from a very different environment. Shaped by long winters, limited daylight, and the need for comfort, it developed to make everyday life feel warm and livable. It also embraces the idea that beautiful and functional design should be accessible to everyone, not just the wealthy. Here, simplicity is not only about clarity, but about creating softness, light, and ease in daily routines. It is a design philosophy that values warmth, comfort, and human connection. Interiors are bright and airy, bringing in as much natural light as possible. Soft textiles, pale woods, and gentle shapes make the space feel welcoming and relaxed. Furniture is functional and approachable, designed to support daily living rather than to be admired from afar. The overall feeling is calm, cozy, and emotionally warm, a space that invites you to settle in and stay. It feels like a place where you can relax without effort, where you can sit with a cup of tea, read, talk, or simply unwind. Although both Japanese minimalism and Scandinavian design value natural materials, the way they use and present these materials creates very different impressions. In Japanese minimalism, materials are appreciated for their natural character and visible history. Wood often carries darker tones, grain patterns, and subtle imperfections that reveal its age. Surfaces remain matte and understated, and fabrics stay simple and unpatterned. Nothing is overly polished. Interiors also use lightweight and translucent materials, such as rice paper in shoji screens and lampshades, which soften light and create a delicate sense of depth. The beauty lies in quiet details, natural irregularities, and the gentle presence of raw materials. Scandinavian design also values natural materials, but the aesthetic expresses this in a different way. Wood tends to be pale and smooth, textiles add warmth, and surfaces feel clean and fresh. Aging is appreciated here too, but it shows up as gentle, everyday wear rather than visible imperfections. The focus is on durability and a sense of lived-in warmth rather than emphasizing irregularities. Sunlight gradually changes the tone of wood, textiles soften through use, and materials develop gentle wear over time. Scandinavian interiors also incorporate modern materials such as glass, powder-coated steel, or molded plastic in lighting and smaller furniture, especially when practicality matters. These contemporary elements add brightness and function, which is less common in Japanese minimalism. Japanese minimalism uses materials to reveal quiet authenticity, while Scandinavian design uses them to create warmth, lightness, and everyday comfort. Another difference between Japanese minimalism and Scandinavian design lies in how each style approaches color and light. These choices are deeply rooted in their cultural goals and environments. Japanese minimalism often uses a warm, earthy palette. Wood tones are deeper, and natural colors like beige, brown, charcoal, and muted greens create a grounded and subdued atmosphere. These colors support a reflective environment that encourages concentration and peace. Shadows also play an important role. They are viewed as part of the aesthetic, adding depth and quietness to the room. Instead of bright illumination, Japanese interiors rely on gentle, diffused light that blends naturally with surrounding materials. Light often passes through paper screens, natural fabrics, or shaded fixtures, softening harsh daylight and creating a glow that shifts gently throughout the day. In contrast, Scandinavian interiors use a far lighter palette. Using cool, airy tones like white, pale grey, soft beige, and light wood helps the room feel brighter and reflect as much daylight as possible. Accents may include muted pastels or occasional graphic pops of colour to introduce a sense of cheerfulness and energy. The overall palette aims to maximise lightness, a necessity shaped by long, dark winters where natural light is limited. Lighting is equally important here. Homes layer multiple light sources to create an even, uplifting glow. Clean fixtures, simple lamps, and warm bulbs help the room feel open and visually light. Shadows are minimized using reflective surfaces and diffused lighting, maintaining a bright and balanced atmosphere throughout the day. These choices shape the atmosphere of each style, giving Japanese minimalism its grounded presence and Scandinavian design its bright, airy feeling. Beyond materials and color, the way each style arranges space reveals a clear difference in intention and lifestyle. Japanese minimalism uses space as a tool for clarity. Rooms are arranged with restraint, allowing empty areas to hold meaning. This openness brings balance, calm, and a sense of slow, intentional living. Furniture is low, simple, and placed sparingly. Tatami mats create a visual connection to the ground, making the ceiling feel higher and the room more grounded. Spaces often flow gently between indoors and outdoors. Sliding doors, open views to the outside, and clean pathways create a gentle sense of flow, making everyday movement feel graceful and unhurried. Scandinavian interiors approach space from a more practical and social perspective. Homes often use an open layout to let natural light travel deeply into the rooms and to encourage family interaction. Even within open spaces, different zones are clearly shaped through furniture that is light, comfortable, and easy to move. Corners become small sanctuaries for reading, relaxing, or gathering. Layered seating and warm textures invite people to sit, talk, and spend time together. Storage is thoughtfully integrated to keep the home tidy while still feeling lived in and approachable. Japanese minimalism uses space to support clarity and a slower, more intentional way of living. Scandinavian design uses space to support comfort, care, and the gentle rhythm of family life. The climate, culture, and rhythms of daily life shape the differences between Japanese minimalism and Scandinavian design. One is shaped by an appreciation for quiet clarity, the other by a love for light, comfort, and togetherness. Each reflects a different way of living well, and both can inspire us to create spaces that feel honest, calming, and connected to the life we want to live. So what is your own idea of living well? I'd love to know what resonates with you. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.